What's up guys, Benny here, and in this video you're going to be getting the top 5 meta assault rifle loadouts to be using in Call of Duty Warzone Season 4 right now, because we've now had enough time since the update to really fine-tune all the builds and find out what attachments are the most overpowered and which ones are actually, to be completely honest with you, broken. And I'm sure a lot of you have already heard about the taped grip, which is allowing people to go supersonic around the map. But let's get into the first loadout. Now, my first meta assault rifle loadout is actually, weirdly, an LMG, but I kind of put assault rifles and LMGs in the same category. It's the mid to long range weapon that you're going to want to be using. And we've got the brand new LMG to the game, the UGMA, and it's kind of a weird position because it's one of the first times that the two guns that have been added with a new season have actually both been like meta guns. The SMG is incredible, and the UGMA is also unbelievable for those mid to long range engagements. And because it has a really high rate of fire, it's got a huge margin for error. So even if your aim is a little bit wobbly, you're going to get those really fast time to kills a lot more consistently. Now, the build that you're going to want to have with this is the MX silencer, right, which is pretty standard. You then want the Bernard XL214 736mm barrel, which is going to give you the recoil control, bullet velocity. Obviously, there are builds that you can make with this for close range, but this is the mid to long range build for that assault rifle role. We then use the SVT 3 to 6 times optic. You then have the Rommel TAC YR stock, which is A, walking movement speed. So, and also importantly, the initial firing recoil, so you can get those shots straight onto your target. But a lot of the Vanguard weapons now have great firing recoil, so you can kind of strafe left and right whilst getting your shots off, and you're able to kind of like beat some players that are using like Modern Warfare and Black Ops Cold War weapons a lot more easily. You've then got tight grip on hand for faster ADS. It is an LMG, so it's a little bit slower than a normal assault rifle. The polymer grip for that flinch resistance and axiom recoil during sustained fire. The 125 round Secura 6.5mm barrel. This is key to this build because it's the largest ammo size that you get with the UGM, but it also gives you that highest fire rate, so bigger margin for error and the fastest time to kill potential as well. We've then got lengthened and then the M1930 strife angled grip for that horizontal recoil control, so you're able to control it, snap straight onto your opponent and get those headshots, which I think is very, very important. And pairing with that, we have really 2 viable SMG options in the Season 4 meta right now if you're going to try and be at the highest level possible. And one of those is, of course, the Marco 5, the brand new SMG. So pop your double experience tokens, get these ranked up as quickly as you can. I personally been doing it in Golden Plunder. If you haven't already, you can go in there, just land Storage Town, you get a lot of kills very quickly and rank your guns up within about half an hour. That's kind of what I did on stream anyway. But with the Marco 5, you want the recoil booster, the Immercio 342mm barrel, slate reflector, the Immercio FR stock, gun-ho quick, and most importantly, the taped grip. Now, this gives you a ridiculous amount of movement speed, as well as aiming stability, as well as weapon swap quickness. It almost negates the need to run amped, so you can then run combat scout if you really want to as well. It's just an unbelievably broken grip. I don't expect it to stay there for that long, so take advantage of it whilst you can. We've then got the 9mm 48 round drum mag, subsonic so you stay off radar, and then the strife angled underbarrel. This is what I use when I drop the solo world record. Very, very good SMG, and what I pair with the UGM. Then perks, quick fix, overkill, amped, throwing knife and stim. Obviously, you can change out amped for combat scout. It's up to you, depending on how you feel and how much you're moving around the map and kind of changing your engagement distances. But that's right now one of the best. Then our next loadout, which is another meta assault rifle. If you don't want to use the UGM, you're of course gonna go to the NZ. I'm already seeing people on Twitter going like, all right, the NZ's got to go. It was meta last season along with the SDG. Get rid of it. But I don't think it's going anywhere. It is the assault rifle, the go-to assault rifle for mid to long range right now. You're gonna have that Mercury silencer there. You've then got the Orb Weaver 360mm BC barrel. A lot of people were using the burst before. That has been changed, however. They kind of stopped you being able to flick to full auto on it, so you have to go for the 360mm now. Still, there's pretty much no recoil. Very fast time to kill still. 2.5 times optic. The LOR MK3 SC stock. brace, fully loaded, the polymer grip, the 50-round secure mag, lengthened, and the M1941 handsaw. Pretty similar to what we were using last season, just that barrel change to really kind of counter the nerfs and change that they've made to the gun. But I absolutely love this. And then our second SMG choice within the meta right now, and I think it's very close between this and the Marco of what is top tier. I think, if I'm honest, the Blixen kind of edges it in quite a few situations, especially like when you're landing those headshots. I think I kind of get smoked by this at close range a couple times, even when using the Marco. Marco's probably got better overall mobility, but this compared with the SG98 compact underbarrel and tape grip and steady, you move pretty rapid. But recoil booster, Bergstorm 17 F3 barrel, slate reflector, remove stock, steady, quick, taped, the 36 round Gorenko mag, some sonic stealth radar, and then the SG98 compact barrel, underbarrel. Big thing to just remember when you are using this is, yes, you've got a smaller mag, so if you're playing quads, try and break up the fight a little bit more. Know that you're not going to be able to take all 4 out without having a reload. Just keep that in the back of your mind. But with all these movement speed attachments, you can kind of re-engage, disengage quite easily. I've been having an absolute blast of fortune keep doing that. And then it's the kind of the same perk setup throughout. I'll let you know if I change anything with each loadout. But we'll then move to our next Metal Assault Rifle loadout, which includes the BAR. Now, I've always been a big fan of the BAR. It was kind of like completely unused for the first few seasons, and towards the end of Season 3 with Season 3 Reloaded, and now Season 4, it's up there as one of the best choices, aside from the NZ41 in the assault rifle category. Obviously, we now have the UGM as well, but with the BAR, I run the MX Silencer, the 30XL barrel, the 3 to 6 times optic. We've then got the Chariot WR stock, hard scope, fully loaded, the stipple grip tape, because you really need to be aware of that kind of initial recoil. Because that's kind of what throws a lot of people off with the BAR, is they miss their first couple shots, and that stipple grip tape over the polymer really does help. The downside with it, you don't necessarily get the flinch resistance that you do get. So if someone is hitting you, you're going to have that little bit of bounce, but it's a trade-off so you can hit those first shots and get those neck and head shots. Because remember, the neck shots with the BAR were buffed in Season 4, and you need to really get in those to get those really fast TTKs. Then using the 8mm claws of 40-round mag, lengthened, and then the M1941 handsaw. And I've paired that with the Marco 5 because, as I said, this along with the Blixen, 2 best SMGs in the game right now, and they're just really fun to use. I kind of wish that they hadn't nerfed the Black Ops Cold War and Modern Warfare SMGs as much as they have, because it kind of feels they're a bit just unusable right now in comparison. But we'll move on to our next loadout. Now, this is probably the one that I'd advise if you really struggle. I just want something really easy to use, easy to set up, and is kind of a great all-rounder because they did buff it in the recent patch. The Vargo 52, it's got not very much recoil now at all. It's a bit much of a laser. It's got a very fast TTK, especially in comparison to the rest of the Black Ops Cold War and Modern Warfare assault rifles. You've got the Groove Suppressor, the 18.6 inch Task Force barrel, the action alarms 3 times. One thing I would say whenever you're using this, make sure you choose the reticles that you want, and that kind of goes for everything. Sadly, with some of the reticles on the Vanguard weapons, you just can't unlock them. But the Spetsnaz grip, the 60-round mag, and then that I've paired with the Blixen. Like I said, I'm just using these 2 SMGs for this, but our final loadout is actually one that's kind of come a bit left of field, right? And a lot of you will probably be like, what, why is this here? But let me get the name right. The Sturmgewehr, right, has actually come into play with this season, and it's the perfect sniper support assault rifle. It's got one of the really fast TTK with this build. It's incredibly mobile thanks to taped grip, fleet, and it kind of combines, it's kind of like the perfect mixture between assault rifle damage profile, which makes it incredible for sniper support, but a little bit of SMG mobility as well. So on this, you want the recoil booster muzzle. You've got the Krosnick 428mm 05V barrel, the slate reflector, the Reisendorf 22V adjustable stock. We then have the fleet, obviously, because then you can get faster weapon swap and also that movement speed, so you can get around the map perfectly, which is kind of what you want when you've got a sniper. On hand for that faster ADS. Taped grip, the most broken attachment since sliced bread came around. Aiming stability, movement speed, weapon swap quickness, sprint to fire speed. That paired with fleet, it's just instant. right? It's just, you know, I can't believe like how this has kind of got through, and like not expecting people to use every single combination possible. Then got the 8mm Kerr 60-round drum mag, subsonic, and the hand stop, and then you can pair that with any sniper. The Kar 98K did get a buff this season with the flinch being completely removed, so it's kind of, you know, it feels actually nice to use. And that's the Scout Silencer VDD Rio 2K barrel, short stock, fleet, fully loaded, leather grip, claws of 5mm round fast mag, lengthened, and then the Smile pistol grip. And obviously with all those kind of weapon speed attachments, you don't need that, so you can go for Combat Scout, you can go for Tracker, one of my personal favorites on smaller maps, and especially with the amount of routes that people can take within Fortune's Keep, Tracker should not be undervalued. So give it a go, let me know what you think, and also let me know down in the comments below what your favorite loadout out of these 5 is. Like, these are kind of what I'm now using in Fortune's Keep and Cold Era. They're the best guns in the game, best setups. Hope you found them helpful. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time for more. Thanks for watching.